Welcome to FOCUS Broadband TV and our coverage of high school basketball. We are coming to you from Charlotte tonight on the campus of West Brunswick High School, where the Trojans of West Brunswick will play host to the visitors, the South Brunswick Cougars. Jay, it feels like it's been a long time since we've been together, hasn't it?
It really does. And I guess, to be honest with you, we've gone out of 2023, and now we're in 2024. So it's been a while, that's for sure.
Been all the way since last year. Jay, tell us a little bit about the matchup tonight. West Brunswick above 500, 9-6 overall, trying to get back to 500 in league play. The Cougars of South Brunswick looking for their first conference win of the season.
Yeah, Sam, it's a little bit of experience versus youth. West Brunswick brings a very experienced team in this evening, featuring senior Haley Woodard. She's a 4-year varsity player, averaging 8 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and 4 steals. So Haley does pretty much everything out there on the floor as one of those veteran seniors. And then they got a deep junior bench and Jahira Mastery, Brooklyn Coble, and Sanaya Stanley, and a real good freshman, and Jakaya Johnson. For South, just the opposite, very productive 9th grade class. 53% and 36% of their rebounds come from 9th graders, Marin Deutsch, Addison Bell, and Aubrey Adams. So if you like experience, you'll probably favor West. If you're looking for the young guys, you'll be all over the Cougars.
And Jay, one interesting note with West Brunswick, looking up and down the stat sheet, 5 players averaging 6 points or more, with, of course, Mastery, Coble, Woodard, Sanaya Stanley, and Jakaya Johnson. So a well-balanced attack for Coach Kevin Hall.
They are, and back to the classes, the junior class, 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. They really are a solid veteran team.
Well, I thought we were underway there for a second, Jay, but we're gonna re-tip it up, and we're off. West Brunswick controls the opening tip. It's Haley Woodard who will run the show for West Brunswick, number 5. She's a senior. What coach doesn't love having a senior point guard? West Brunswick turns it over early in this one.
And that's been an early problem for the Trojans this year, turnovers. They're turning the ball over 19 times a game.
Almost back-to-back turnovers, but Waylage picks up the loose ball and puts it in off the glass. South Brunswick early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, look at Rachel's numbers coming into this contest, and they're low. She's only averaging 4 points a game. I would expect her to be able to score more. That's a long shot from the outside by Coble.
Coble misses everything. Mastery very nearly had the offensive rebound, but couldn't quite control it, and it bounces out of bounds and will go to the Cougars, who are moving from left to right on your screen in the navy blue uniforms. West Brunswick in their traditional all whites at home.
Good look inside by Perry.
Another loose ball. South comes away with it. And Deutsch throws it up, and it's rebounded by West, but then number 10, Tiana Perry, the junior guard, ties up Coble, and the possession arrow favors the Cougars. It'll stay with South.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good matchup, Perry and Coble. They're scrappers.
Woodard got her hand in there and forced a turnover, and now Coble pushing the pace for West. Woodard's got it on the left wing, looking for an opening. Stanley gets it into Jakaya Johnson, who's went to make a post move, but pretty good defense there by South Brunswick. And for the second time in 4 possessions, West Brunswick turns the basketball over. So the Trojans, more than a minute and a half into the game, still looking for their second shot attempt.
Yeah, it's about the one statistic coming in tonight that South is a little better, which is in turnovers.
Jakaya Johnson, the freshman, blocks the shot of Rachel Whalage, and the Trojans corral it. We're going to have another jump ball situation. The possession arrow this time will favor the Trojans, and West Brunswick will have it baseline out of bounds.
That's a shot for Woodard.
Woodard, jumper, no good. South Brunswick had a chance at it, but missed. Sanaya Stanley up, rolls off the rim, and South Brunswick controls the carom.
Yeah, Stanley 7 boards a game, and she's active around the bucket.
Beardsley's got it, kicks it out to Tiana Perry, who gets it back to Deutsch. Oh, Deutsch thought 33, Aubrey Adams was cutting to the basket, a little miscommunication.
That's a nice look inside.
And a really good finish by the freshman forward, Jakaya Johnson. She's averaging 7 points and 4 boards as a freshman.
Yeah,
varsity basketball, impressive numbers.
Absolutely, and I've talked a lot about the freshman kids for South Brunswick, but Johnson, a pretty good 9th grade player for West Brunswick as well.
Foul charge to 13, Sanaya Stanley, as the first foul 2 minutes and 47 seconds into the game. Woodard really putting a lot of pressure on number 5, Maren Deutsch, and forces a South Brunswick turnover. So we're all knotted up at 2 at exactly the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
Both teams having a problem getting the ball in close to a shooting area on the court. There's one.
That's a good pass and a good cut by Sanaya Stanley. Off the glass, around the rim and in. Sanaya Stanley, the junior, puts it up and in. Jay, another young lady with impressive numbers. She's averaging 6 points and 7 boards a game.
Yeah, and a couple assists to boot. So Maren Deutsch thought she had an extra step there, but maybe in the WNBA you'll get away with that, but not in the conference here.
That's going to be a foul on Perry. So a turnover and then a foul right after it. A rough stretch for Perry, but she sure does have pretty basketball shoes, Jay. Look at those all sparkly golds.
They are something else.
That's a good pass from Stanley. She can shoot it, partner.
Yes, she can.
Mastery from way downtown. Bingo.
Mastery, the leading scorer for West Brunswick, 10 a game.
And South Brunswick head coach Karen Whalage wants a timeout. And Jay, if you're South Brunswick and there's a player for West that you just have to focus on closing out on and not leaving open shooting, it's Jahira Mastery.
Yeah, she's an excellent shooter, junior guard, averages 10 a game, a couple of boards, and 3 assists per contest. So she's willing to give up the rock as well as shoot it. Coble's a good outside shooter as well. Woodard, we've seen over the years, has the ability to put it in from deep as well. So, and then you got Stanley inside banging around, and this impressive freshman Johnson. It's a nice starting 5 for Coach Kevin Holland's Lady Trojans.
And Jay, a win tonight would move West Brunswick to 10-6 and 3-3 in the Mid-Eastern. Certainly a respectable showing thus far in the 2023-24 season.
Well, they're on a 2-game win streak. Earlier this week, they defeated North Brunswick 42-30. Wow. Close.
Jay, is it going to be a shooting foul?
I expect it would be, yeah.
Yep, 2 shots. So the freshman point guard for South, Maren Deutsch, will go to the line for a pair. Bingo. Nice looking free throw stroke.
Yeah, she's 54% from the charity stripe for the season. But yeah, she does have a good looking shot.
Well, neither one of those even touched the rim. Deutsch knocks in a pair. 3:35 left in the first quarter. West Brunswick 7, South Brunswick 4.
And South's going to press a little bit full court. Let's see how West handles it.
Good look by
They got it to the right person.
Woodard kicks it ahead to Jakaya Johnson, who sails a pass too high and out of bounds. Jay, I think she had the right idea. It was just a little late and a little high.
Jakaya being very respectful of her elders, trying to pass the ball inside, but a little errant with that one, but the right idea for sure. Another turnover.
There's the freshman. She's bringing it all the way down herself, and then Jay very maturely and wisely kicks it, slows it down, gets it back into the hands of a guard, and West gets set up in their offense. That was a play well beyond her years.
Exactly, yeah. You don't see ninth graders do that. They want to get to the rack. South's got an advantage in size. They've got some tall kids inside. But so far it hadn't helped them.
Coble's going to try again. This one misses everything, but Stanley with the rebound, misses the putback, and then Beardsley rips it away from the Trojans. She's going coast to coast. Good pass over to Adams. Shot up, in, plus the harm. South with a chance to tie the game at the line after the bucket, plus the harm from Aubrey Adams.
Another freshman. This one, Aubrey Adams, with the bucket. 4 points, 4 boards, and an assist just in her 9th grade year. She could tie the game with this free throw.
And she does just that. So South Brunswick responds to a 5-0 West Brunswick, or 7-0 West Brunswick run with a little 5-0 mini spurt of its own. And it's 7-7, 2:41 left in the opening frame.
Boy, Deutsch is feisty, Sam. She gonna be all over you.
Beardsley saves it, but right to Jakaya Johnson. Then Johnson puts it on the ground, lost it, and South Brunswick's going to end up with the ball anyway. Tie ball situation, possession arrow favors the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars may have got away with one that time. If Stanley had been able to get a better handle on it, she probably could have converted. Nice overplay.
Boy, she's active. Oh, Jay, I had it. I had it.
Until you didn't.
I was open for the shot.
You were ready, though.
West
You were
Brunswick,
in that position to get the ball.
And it was coming right to my shooter's pocket, as they say. Haley Woodard getting the Trojans set up in their offense. Coble from distance. Misses off to the left, and South Brunswick controls the board. Deutsch, she walked with it or stepped on the baseline.
Wow. Deutsch
Checking
is a nice player, Sam.
Sorry, Jay Bird. That was 14. Addison Bell checking into the game for South Brunswick. And, Jay, this little full court pressure's given West a few problems.
Haley's got to go all the way on this one, and she does. Get it? West Brunswick attacked that press perfectly that time. Get the ball to your playmaker and Woodard, and Haley wisely takes it to the basket and gets fouled. So she'll shoot a pair. 51% on the year, misses the first.
And, Jay, one thing I noticed about the press breaker that time, I don't think there was a single dribble until Woodard got it on the other side of half court. It was all passing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing when it happens.
Woodard splits a pair, and because of it, West Brunswick takes a 1-point lead, 8-7, minute and a half left in the opening frame here in Shallotte. Oh. Adams has got it, kicks it out to Beardsley. Beardsley with the drive, her bounce pass stolen. Jakaya Johnson trying to get it to an open teammate, but she was tied up, and the possession arrow favors the Trojans, so West gets the ball back with a 1-point lead, minute 13 left. Yeah. Oh, they gave up the sideline that time. Now Johnson's got it, drives into the chest.
Well, Johnson.
Go ahead.
Johnson went to the rack like she was, she'd been there before.
Jay, I haven't seen a whole lot of her. But just watching her in one quarter and knowing she's in the 9th grade, she's going to be a player.
There's a lot of really good 9th grade players out here this evening for both teams.
Indeed. Johnson, nothing but net, so West Brunswick in back-to-back trips splits a pair at the charity stripe. Trojans have a 9-7 lead, a minute left in the first quarter. Oh, Woodard trying to get it from Deutsch. Really great effort by Haley Woodard. Now South with the pass ahead, gets it over. Oh, missed the layup. Now a fight for the rebound, and the tie ball situation will keep the ball with the Cougars with 48 seconds left. It was really good work by Deutsch with the pass ahead. Number 11, Maddie Moy just couldn't quite finish the layup.
Did everything right that time, but still came out wrong, right? They didn't make the basket, but handled it very, very well, and Deutsch's pass was great. Got beat there.
Straight line drive to the bucket. Tiana Perry lays it up and in, and we're all knotted up again, 9-9, half a minute left before the halftime break. Mastery was fouled with 28 seconds left. And Jay, it might be a good time to explain the new foul situation in high school basketball. So there are, the fouls reset at the end of the quarter. Now it's 5 fouls in a quarter, and you shoot 2 automatically. There's no more 1-and-1s, I don't think. But you know, Jay, now I'm thinking back in the JV game I just watched before this, I didn't notice them reset, so. South Brunswick trying to get a shot off before the quarter ends. She's got a look from the corner, no good. And at the end of 8 minutes of game action, it's West Brunswick 9, South Brunswick 9. We got a good one in this rivalry game. We'll be back for the second quarter on FOCUS Broadband TV. Welcome back. It's the start of the second quarter here on FOCUS Broadband TV. West Brunswick 9, South Brunswick 9. Jahira Mastery and Jakaya Johnson had 3 each for West Brunswick. It was Aubrey Adams leading the way for South Brunswick. She had an and 1 and made the free throw to give her 3 points. And Rachel Whalage, Deutsch, and Perry also had 2 for the Cougars.
You know, South Brunswick not playing like a team that's lost 4 straight. 0-8 in the 0-5 in the conference. They took 30 seconds off the clock running the little weave at the top. Inside is open.
That's the look West Brunswick wants right nice there. That's a nice play, a nice set. Sanaya Stanley puts it up and in. She's got 4 to lead all scorers, and the Trojans lead by 2.
Yeah, patient on offense that time, and West worked and got a good shot.
Perry pull-up jumper misses badly. And Jakiah Johnson comes away with it for West. Again, kind of slows it down, gets it to Haley Woodard, the senior point guard. A good idea by Johnson.
Boy, how many? It seems like Haley's been here forever.
She can make that, folks. She can make that, folks. Jahira Mastry is a sharpshooter. 14-9, Trojan lead.
Kid's got a great stroke.
She does. She can really shoot it. I mean, Jay, that was deep. That was a good 4 or 5 steps behind the three-point line. And then comes up with a steal on this end.
Being patient. Served them well the last time down.
West really deliberate, methodical. And Jay, that's 2 on Perry. That's 2 on Tiana Perry, and averaging 9 points and 5 boards a game. That is someone that Coach Whalage needs on the court for the Cougars tonight.
Yeah, I think so too, Sam. And not to mention 9-5-1, you know, statistically, but just does a lot of things out on the court that you're right, you miss. Rachel Karen Whalage, the coach, not happy about that.
Oh, there she is again, partner. Bingo! 3 threes in the first half for Jahira Mastry. West on an 8-0 run to begin the second quarter, and it's a 17-9 Trojan lead.
You got to get out on her, that's for sure, and she seems to have a limitless depth, right? So that's a tough matchup for South.
Beardsley from the corner misses. Good rebound by South Brunswick, but then Coble rips it away and gets it to Sanaya Stanley. Good effort by West Brunswick to come away with that. Here comes Woodard looking for an opening, pulls it back out. Heat check.
Shoot it.
No time for a heat check, but Woodard will shoot it.
Good.
And Woodard will bury it. Bingo! 3 threes in the second quarter for the Trojans. It's an 11-0 run to begin the second, and the Trojans lead 20-9, and South Brunswick wants a timeout to talk about it. Jay, what a burst to open the second quarter for the Trojans.
Well, extraordinary shooting from the 3, and I got to go back and recheck the numbers, but as a team, West came into this evening's contest only shooting 20% from the three-point line. They are way over that here in the first quarter and a half tonight.
4 for 8 through the opening quarter and a half. So 50%, certainly greater than 20.
Yeah, and the three-point shot, it can shoot you in, it can shoot you out. Right now, it's shooting up West Brunswick to a nice 11-point lead with 4:40 to go here in quarter number 2.
And Jay, I think it's important, you know, the attempts that have come in the second quarter, the 2 from Mastry and the 1 just now from Woodard, they were all in rhythm, in the rhythm of the offense, not really contested. They were good looks. They were good attempts, and it just so happens that all 3 of them went in.
Raining threes in Charlotte tonight.
Walked with it. Deutsch travel with it, turns it over. It'll be West Brunswick basketball.
Well, if you're Marin Deutsch, again, just a 9th grader, and she's going to come out. Perry's going to come back in, but I think she's trying to do a little bit too much. Now, she's capable of doing a heck of a lot, but She's got to let the game come to her a little bit.
Good save by what she walked with.
Either a walk or yeah.
Yep.
I think it's the right call. Good call by the official that time. Coble trying to get her feet under her and took a couple of steps before putting the ball on the floor.
Yep. Got going a little too quick there. It'll be South Brunswick basketball, and Jay had to get Perry back in the game, and immediately she has a strong drive to the basket and a layup to stop the bleeding momentarily for South, and it's a single-digit game again. Now Perry's got a steal. Oh, and a good look into number 14, Addison Bell, but Bell couldn't corral it.
Well, that's right. Tiana is so important to this team. She's like a dynamo, right? She's everywhere, offensively, defensively. So she's going to have to be careful because she's got a couple of fouls already, but try to work her way through the remainder of this half without picking up any more.
20-11, West Brunswick lead, 3:55 left before halftime.
Nice.
Oh, a give and go.
Oh,
Woodard just couldn't get it to go.
Boy, if you're Coach Holland, other than missing the shot, that's got to make you feel good, right? That's practice makes that play, right? They just couldn't convert.
It does, Jay, but a wise man once told you there's only two good plays.
Yep. South Pacific and put it in the basket. And this was like
double dribble
30 years ago, so that's why he said South Pacific. If it was now, it'd be Hamilton, right? So.
You know, thanks to Coach Phelan, I'll now never forget that South Pacific is a play.
It was really good, too. Oh, nice ball fake by Coble.
Mid-range jumper.
That's it.
Man, that's good offense right there, Jay Bird.
That was a nice effort that time by Coble, driving, penetrating, and kicking out. Then the freshman Johnson sinks the mid-range.
Oh, and nice hands by Jahira Mastery. Perry's got to be careful guarding the ball there, trying not to pick up her third foul. Johnson kicks it back out, and the Trojans will reset with 2:48 left before halftime.
Again, not a bad play that time. 13, Stanley cutting to the basket, and Woodard saw her. They just couldn't convert at that time, but some of those turnovers is interesting. I'm surprised that the Lady Trojans average 19 turnovers a game. I thought they'd be a little more cautious with the ball, given that they have a lot of experience, but hasn't bothered them thus far. Did on that one.
Oh, Woodard picks up her second foul. Nice job of sprinting back on defense by Addison Bell, and she was able to intercept that outlet pass from Jakiah Johnson. And South Brunswick gets possession back, down 11. West Brunswick has outscored South 13-2 in the second frame.
Yeah, 9 of those from the three-point line. That's.
Oh, and Stanley just smothering Bell defensively. Made a great block.
Mastery wants this one.
Oh, Johnson couldn't corral it. It's 15. Grayson Johnson driving, misses, gets her own rebound, and then she's fouled by Coble, I believe, picked up the foul. Yep.
Yeah, Brooklyn did such a great job that time of getting back transitionally, and then on the missed shot, she goes over the back. So another foul against Coble.
Mid-range jumper, up, no good. Coble with the rebound. She keeps it herself. She's pushing it ahead. Bounces it over to Mastery. Dribble, drive, kick, three. Bingo! Haley Woodard's second three of the second quarter. West has made 4 of them in the second, and the lead is 25-11.
Just another great job of kicking the ball out of the paint to an open three-point shooter.
No, South Brunswick had 2 players going for it. Neither of them could corral it.
Shooting's been a problem for South all year, Sam, and you're really seeing it here in the second quarter. As a team, they only shoot 25% from the field, only 14% from the three, so they have a hard time scoring. And when another team gets hot like West is right now, it's easy to see that lead grow.
Oh, man, that one was right on the money, just a little too strong. Good drive by Stanley. Johnson missed the shot, but another good look. West has run some good offense this second quarter.
They sure have, and had the result of it, as you said, Sam, good looks at the bucket. Just want to take good shots, and eventually they'll connect.
I tell you, Jay, one of the storylines is the job that West has done defensively on Deutsch. She's still searching for her first field goal. She made 2 free throws, but came in averaging 11 points a game and has not made a field goal through almost 2 full quarters.
Yeah, the Lady Trojans well prepared for Deutsch, and for that matter, the entire South team. Aired pass by Woodard that time. Hustles back down defensively and knocks it out of bounds.
13.6 seconds left before halftime. West Brunswick leading 25-11 over the rival Cougars. Perry trying to get his shot off. The clock's winding down, under 7 seconds. Deutsch has got it. Fires it to Beardsley. South's got to look at the clock. She's going to get a shot off. It's up and no good, and that brings the first half to a close. We'll take a break during halftime here on FOCUS Broadband TV. When we come back, we'll start the third quarter. It's West Brunswick 25, South Brunswick 11. Jay, we are so back. I mean, we are so back. We worked through some issues in the first half. We had some rust that we had to work off, having not been together, but we are so back.
Is Nathan Evers a genius or what?
Yeah, but we knew that before tonight.
The real genius is he brought Jill to run camera tonight.
Yes.
She's doing so well.
She is doing so well. And, Jay, there's a young man in the West Brunswick student section
Who's that?
with a Methodist University T-shirt on.
Come on.
Yeah, look, first row in the gray.
Yeah.
He'll turn this way when the game starts, but Methodist U, aren't they? I think they're the Monarchs. Let me see if I can get a head nod maybe from
I
back
haven't
there.
noticed T-shirts.
Oh, she can't hear me anyway.
I haven't noticed T-shirts as much as I've noticed pajamas and blankets and pillows tonight. There must be something going on.
Pajama night, perhaps? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Jay, we got a basketball game to talk about. A 3-point barrage in the second quarter from West Brunswick has staked the Trojans to a 25-11 halftime lead.
Yeah, the big three was open for sure for West Brunswick. 4 threes in the second quarter. 2 of them from Mastery. She's got 9 overall. 3 threes on the game, and 2 of them from Haley Woodard. She's got 7 overall.
There's Mastery. I think she was inside the 3-point line, and Jay, maybe that's why it missed.
Yeah, she was too close.
Yeah.
Gosh, that kid's got a beautiful looking
jumper.
That's a
pass
great
ahead
pass.
to Waylage, and she puts it up and in. Rachel Waylage has 4 points. She and Perry each have 4 for South Brunswick.
There's a turnover. Little
and
run
a pass
for
to
the
Perry.
Cougars.
4-0 spurt to begin the third quarter for South Brunswick, and all of a sudden the West Brunswick lead is down to 10.
Oh, they've been vulnerable to turning the ball over, they being West Brunswick.
That's a good job by Jakaya Johnson, just taking it into the chest of the defender and getting a foul call.
Yeah, that's Waylage, and you know we talk about experience. She's a senior. She's a big girl, plays at center position, so she's tough to deal with inside. But the 9th grader did just fine that time.
Man, she's going to be a player. I mean, she already is, but she's really going to be a player here in a couple of years.
These kids are so poised, right? Sweet.
I mean, just a nice-looking free throw stroke, nice-looking player. 7 points from the freshman. West Brunswick lead back to 12 at 27-15.
Well, that's her average, and nice look down court.
Mid-range jumper.
Oh, see, that's the problem, Sam.
Out of bounds, off of West Brunswick. It'll stay with the Cougars. 7:06 left in the third.
If South can shore up their shooting woes, you know, they can get back in this. They just have a difficult time shooting the basketball.
There's Deutsch.
There you go.
Shooter's touch. Off the back iron, up, around, and in. Jay came in averaging 11 points a game, Deutsch did. That's her first bucket of the contest. That's a good pass by Coble to Johnson. Somehow she corralled it, puts it up and in. She's got 4 in the third quarter, 9 for the game. Trojan lead back to 12.
Yeah, Johnson gets the bucket, but what a nice look by Coble.
Man,
Averages
Johnson,
3 assists per game.
Boy, Jay, I like her. I was open again. Came right to us.
I was hoping Mastery would come up here and sign a contract or something.
Or an autograph at least.
An autograph, yeah.
So, folks, I'm just going to share with you. Jay Bird, Deutsch again, mid-range jumper. She was just inside the line, but it's up and in. Apparently, Jay was having just a little bit of difficulties hearing me earlier on. So this quarter is probably the most miserable experience of his life. He probably enjoyed the first few minutes so much.
I did not
being able to hear me.
I did not care for that silence at all.
Oh, good job by Johnson getting that one back out. Mastery lost it on the dribble, out of bounds. It'll be South Brunswick ball. And Jay, I'm just getting the vibe, the sense here. South Brunswick came out of the halftime break. They've played this third quarter with a little more purpose.
Yeah, they do have a little giddy up in their giddy up, right? And the press has helped them. And, you know, making baskets helps you, Sam. That's all there is to it, particularly in this game. Deutsch wants it back. You know, one of the problems that Deutsch has had tonight is that Woodard's been guarding her and defending her very, very well.
She has done an excellent job defensively, but Jay Deutsch has 2 buckets already in the third quarter. That's 2 more than she had in the first half alone.
Yep. Yeah, she was held in check for sure, but I think Coach Kevin Holland is going to go for the TO.
Not pleased with the way West has handled South's defensive pressure. Is that fair to say?
I think that's more than fair to say. They've turned the ball over a couple of times, and they've, you know, the worst thing you can do is let a team get back in once you've had them way out, right? And they can be hard to shake. So looks like South Brunswick, they're probably a good halftime meeting by their coach,
Karen Whalage.
Coach Karen Whalage.
And Jay, you know, I would say it's hard, but it's human nature. I was watching a college basketball game Wednesday night. Carolina's up on Louisville by 20 points in the first half, and then just kind of go through the motions, and Louisville makes it a 5-point game late as West turns it over again. And the shot by 33, Aubrey Adams, is up and in. And Jay, you always talk about the importance of a single-digit versus double-digit lead. It's an 8-point game.
Yeah,
they're right back in it.
Kind of the psychological line for some reason, but if you get into the single digits and you think, oh, you know, we're only down 3 possessions, or, you know, 3 possessions now, so we can make that up. And they clearly, as you indicated before, they've gotten a lot of good success out of their press here. One of the areas where West Brunswick on a season has had some trouble hanging on to the basketball. They trapped them well again. There's the double team look. They'd have had a hard time getting across half court.
Jay, South has put a little wrinkle in this pressure. West was having so much success passing it in and going right back to the inbounder. This half, South is rotating over and going back to the inbounder, and they didn't that time. Oh, Woodard saved it, but right to Deutsch, and now she drives, and she was fouled by Mastry, and Deutsch will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Well, you know, Deutsch, and no doubt she can probably do it currently, but if she can't, she will eventually, you know, use her left hand. That time she went up with the right hand, and she'll perfect the left hand sooner or later.
She must not have very many attempts. I'm really surprised she's only a 54% free throw shooter, because there's really nothing wrong with that stroke. She's 4 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, she is a 54% free throw shooter, and she sure looks a lot better than that this evening. You're right, Sam. That's a bump. And
another turnover. And see, CJ, when West is breaking the pressure, they'll pass it in and go back to the inbounder. Well, now South is on that pass instead of like the inbounder having a free pass to make. Backcourt violation. So trading turnovers there with 4:50 left in the third quarter. West leads 29-23. Trojans have been outscored 12-4 in the third quarter, and South has trimmed what was a 14-point halftime deficit to 6.
Yeah, it was a 16-2 run for West in the second quarter, and you know, this is a game of runs, and South Brunswick having one right now. That's going to be trouble.
They got tipped. They say it got deflected. Much to the chagrin of some South Brunswick fans behind us, but the possession lives on. Oh, Mastry thought about it. Now she's going to drive. Floater, a little too strong. Whalage clears out space and grabs the rebound for South. The Trojans just in a bit of a funk offensively. Oh, how Deutsch almost made that, I don't know, but nearly got it to go.
She sure did.
Here comes Mastry.
I think they have a little better idea where Mastry is on the court, too. Oh, jump inside, or dip inside, just can't convert by Coble.
Good offense. Coble just could not get the
A little floater off the glass to go, so the score remains 29-23 in West Brunswick's favor. 3.5 minutes left in the third. South Brunswick turns it over, and Grace Kitchen, the sophomore, checks back into the game for the Trojans.
Grace going to give Jakaya Johnson a break. Grace, a sophomore, a lot of minutes last year.
Oh, that's a good look. That's a really good look. Stanley couldn't finish it, and then Kitchen had her put back blocked. When West is breaking the press and getting some looks, they can't get it to fall. Been that kind of quarter for the Trojans.
Yeah, scoring drought here in the third period for sure. Nice
pass. Good cut.
Adams was fouled on the shot attempt. A good pass by Deutsch, a good catch by Adams. She did go up with her left and was fouled. And Aubrey Adams, an 18% free throw shooter, will go to the charity stripe for a pair.
And Sam, for South Brunswick, that's a combo that is going to get better and better over their high school career, both freshmen.
She's a good-looking kid on the block for the Cougars. Oh, that one hit everything but the kitchen sink and still didn't fall. Grace Kitchen with a really good rebound. Another nice-looking player for West Brunswick. Jay Grace is only a sophomore.
Yeah, no, she can give you some minutes. She's getting heavily defended by Beardsley.
Oh, man, Woodard with a good shot attempt. Just could not get it to fall once again. Just kind of falls off the rim. Deutsch had her shot attempt blocked. That's 3 on Woodard, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'll get some help here from my scorekeeper friend. Is that 3 on Miss Woodard? It is. Thank you, sir. And Jay, something to keep an eye on if you're Coach Kevin Holland and the Trojans. That's 3 on senior point guard Haley Woodard.
Well, Deutsch has been perfect all night, and she misses that one. But I think, starting to think this kid can get her shot anytime she wants it.
Jakaya Johnson set to check back into the game for the Trojans at the next dead ball, and here she comes.
Checking into the game for the Lady Trojans, number 22, Jakaya Johnson.
Yeah, Deutsch 2, 4, 6, 7. She's up to 9 points now. 7 of those here in the third quarter. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. I think that's an error.
Jace, she just shot 2 free throws. She shot 3 free throws.
Yeah.
Missed 1 and made 1.
Yeah, something. The officials lost that one.
So did she get, that was Coble on the make, but Jay, I think South Brunswick's got 1 more point than they should have. She just shot 3 free throws.
She did, for sure, and I don't know why. I don't know how you fix that. I mean, when I watch them on TV, they when there's a timeout, they go to the clock and they fix things. But
was there a lane violation on her first attempt that we didn't notice or see? I don't know what happened.
Must have been something. Nobody's arguing. So anyway, 2 free throws.
I need to give her another made free throw.
Yeah,
I do reckon. So to correct your statement, which I thought was correct the whole time, she's now got 10 points.
Yeah, now she's up to 10
on the night.
Yeah. Now she's worked hard. She should get it.
So it's 31-25.
Yeah, that's the kid you want the ball in her hands.
Boy, she has worked hard. You said it, and you are right. She has worked really hard for every one of those 10 points tonight.
Everything kind of goes through her. Oh, that time.
A little too unselfish.
Exactly.
I thought she should have shot that one.
That time I think she probably passed up a shot. It wasn't a bad idea. It just wasn't executed very well.
There's a good job passing the ball to the middle. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with West Brunswick. West leads 31-25 with 1:45 left in the third quarter. We got a sub coming into the game for the Cougars. It's number 14, Addison Bell, coming in for number 12, Paige Lewis, the daughter of South Brunswick head football coach Rocky Lewis.
Addison Bell, another one of those.
Oh, they got Mastery on the wing.
9th graders.
I saw it. She just couldn't get the shot to fall. Boy, Adams a good player for South Brunswick. That's a good rebound.
9th grader too, Sam.
Woo! Deutsch and Adams are going to do some serious work the next 4 years.
Exactly.
Or 3.5, I guess.
There's Coble. She don't give you much room, but I'm rooming up.
Nice drive, nice finish by Addison Bell, and it is a 4-point game.
That's another
knocked out of bounds by Beardsley. Sorry, Jay.
Another 9th grader, Sam, is Addison Bell. They're everywhere.
Jay, I want you to share that stat you shared with me right before the opening tip.
I will.
When you get a moment.
When you remind me. I think I know what you're talking about. This is 53% of the points and 36% of the rebounds for South Brunswick come from the 9th graders.
I mean, listen, folks, more than half of South Brunswick's offensive production comes from 9th graders.
Yeah, so
that is insane. Oh, she got fouled on the shot. She did. Kind of got pushed as she was going up for the shot attempt. So Haley Woodard, who has 7 points for the game, will go to the line for a pair. Jay, I want to ask you a question. Do you think Woodard has to score for West to be the best version of itself?
Well, I think Haley has to do what she's always done, which has been kind of a steady Eddie player and a contributor, not necessarily a 20-point-a-game person, but collectively she does so many things well on the court like that.
And Jay, I think because that's the 6th team foul against South, I think Woodard goes to the line and shoots now. Used to be 17 fouls and a half. Now anything 5 or greater is 2 shots. There are no more 1-and-1s, if you will.
Probably a good rule change.
And consequently, West gets a chance to extend its lead here in the last minute of the 3rd quarter when it got down to 4. Man, that is a very productive trip. West end up with 3 points on that trip, Jay. Woodard split a pair. She missed the second. They got the offensive rebound. She got fouled again and makes both, so that's a 3-point trip for the Trojans. Oh, and South got a really good look that would have cut it to 5, but couldn't make it. And here comes Haley Woodard pushing the pace for the Trojans.
Yeah, see, Woodard gets the rebound, brings it up the court, settles things down. So, you don't have to score 15 points. And you can do all those things.
Missed everything, and Mastery's 3-point attempt comes up short.
And you know what, Sam? If I'm her coach, keep shooting. Don't shoot.
Oh, Coble read the inbound pass. And
double dribble.
Oh.
Coach Holland not a fan of that call.
I thought the first dribble that he credited her for was the kind of poke away for the steal, but
Beardsley,
nevertheless,
coast to coast.
It's a double dribble, and Beardsley comes all the way down for South Brunswick and is fouled on the shot attempt. So Kira Beardsley will shoot a pair for South. She's looking for her first points of the game and a pretty good foul shooter, Jay, 63% for the season.
Not many free throws attempted by both teams in the first half. That's a good stroke. But, man, they're making up for it here in the 3rd quarter tonight.
Jay, the new foul rules have really curtailed free throw attempts in high school basketball for everyone.
Man, Beardsley, they need to work on getting her the ball where she can get fouled.
10 seconds left. Coble, mid-range jumper, rattles around and out. Adams with the rebound. South's going to have to fire one up. Won't count if it goes. It was dead on the money, but well short. An 18-point 3rd quarter for South Brunswick. They outscore West 18-9 in the 3rd, but the Trojans still nursing a 5-point lead. 34-29 Trojans lead. We'll be right back for the 4th here on FOCUS Broadband TV.
And we're back for the start of the fourth quarter. West Brunswick 34, South Brunswick 29. West struggled in the third quarter, outscored by South Brunswick 18-9. It was a great quarter for the Cougars, and South turned what was a 14-point deficit into just a 5-point deficit. So South certainly within striking distance as we enter the fourth, but Woodard extends that West Brunswick lead. She now has a game-high 12 points, and the West Brunswick lead is 7, Jay Bird.
Yeah, coming out of the quarter break, that's a well-run play by the Trojans, and there's a turnover. Woodard's got it. Oh, number 4.
Jay, so it does two things. It keeps the lead at 7. South Brunswick gets the ball, but most importantly, it is the 4th foul on Haley Woodard. So, Jay, you got to imagine she'll sit to at least about the 4.5, 5-minute mark before Coach Holland would feel even semi-comfortable putting her back in the game.
So Maddie Richardson's going to come in for Woodard, and we got to watch Maddie for 3-4 minutes and see if she's able to fill in.
Perry's mid-range jumper is up and in.
Those shots that weren't going in before are starting to drop now for the Cougars.
Got a blocking foul or pushing foul against South Brunswick. Jay had the ball hiding under our drapes here, or table cover, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, about as close as we should get to the basketball.
Mastery with a good drive and a good finish. She's got 11, and the West Brunswick lead back to 7.
Yeah, silent third quarter for Mastery, so good to see her get a bucket here to start final period. Good rebound.
No, I don't know how that one didn't fall.
Well, they're letting them go at it. Let me tell you. Ms. Perry's in the game doing her thing. Tiana Perry.
Number 1, Maddie Richardson has checked into the game for West Brunswick. The last missed her a couple possessions ago, but she's in.
Yeah, she's getting Haley's minutes right now.
Coble just fired it off the dribble, very nearly got it to go. Good offensive rebound by Mastery. Now she's going to fire one off the dribble. Kind of the back rim deadened it. It bounced right to Richardson. She couldn't get it to fall, so 3 pretty good shot attempts by West on that possession, and could not get one of them to drop through.
And who ends up with the ball? Deutsch. Ooh, I thought she was going. So Coble's going to pick up Deutsch now with Woodard on the bench.
Tie ball situation. Possession arrow favors the Cougars, I do believe.
So all the points, Sam, for the Trojans are from what, 4 players?
We got Brooklyn Coble's got 2 in there.
Oh, she's got 2.
So
okay,
5
she
players.
Scored the 3rd, yeah. Off night scoring-wise for Brooklyn.
For sure, she has had a tough night shooting the ball.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, man, Deutsch with the step-back 3. She's got 13, and Jay, I believe 11 of those have come in the second half.
This is a fine basketball player.
Oh, that's a shot.
That's her
shot.
shot.
A shot. Can't leave her open. Jahira Mastery has a game-high 4 3-pointers for Mastery. And, Jay, that felt like a big one, did it not?
Yeah, things going, starting to turn towards the Cougars. Another turnover. Let's see if Trojans can take advantage of it.
Coble pushing the pace. Nobody stopped ball, so she just comes up firing. And Jay, a rush shot's going to lead to a South Brunswick sprint out and a bucket for number 33, Aubrey Adams. She's got a very quiet 7, and that was a big swing there as the West lead back down to 5.
That's a great pass by Perry that time. She drew the defender, dished it off, and the freshman Adams converted.
So we're going from Coach Holland. Right now it's Coach Combs. How long do you wait before you get Woodard back in?
Probably another, minute or so, 45 seconds. Looks like he's going to go under 4 anyway.
Got it into Stanley, and a blocking foul is called against Maddie Moy.
Ooh. Kind of one of those, it could go either way. It went to the advantage of the Trojans on that call.
Number 15, Grayson Johnson.
Maddie Moy coming off the court, kind of like, geez, what more can I do?
What else do I got to do, right? Oh, I don't know how Mastery still came away with that ball, but somehow she did and got it back out to Coble. And Jay, it's got to be soon.
But
it's got to. Oh, here she comes.
Yeah, I was going to say a couple more plays like that, and she'll be here. There's Coble.
Oh, Coble got it. And not only did she save it, but she got it back to Sanaya Stanley. Stanley missed the shot. West wanted a foul call. No whistle. South's got it. 3.5 minutes. And one, Tiana Perry, the bucket plus the foul. It's a 3-point game. Perry's got a chance to go to the line to pull South within 2.
Sam, I didn't, and maybe you did, I didn't check what the score was when Woodard went out. But I know
West
there
was up 7.
It was more than 3, okay?
Yes.
So the chance now to be 2. Perry, 8 points, make it 9. And as close as they've been for a long, long time.
And a steal, so it's a 2-point game. And South's got the ball, 3:23 left. And a traveling violation against Perry.
Yeah, Tiana at that time picked up her dribble, and there was no need to do it. And then in the course of it, she stopped and kind of drug her pivot foot. So gets called for the walking violation. Lucky break for
Jay Woodard.
West Brunswick.
Woodard back in, running the show for West.
Nice. Gotta
And
make it.
Gotta one. Sanaya Stanley with the biggest bucket of the game for West Brunswick. It was a really good offensive set, a really good entry pass from Woodard, and Stanley did the rest. The junior puts it up and in to give West a little bit of cushion and a chance to give them a 5-point lead with a made free throw.
That's what Woodard can do. She kind of calm things down and put them in a position to be successful.
Deutsch short.
Short. That's all right. I tell her to shoot every time. She thought it got tipped, and maybe it did. Handled the pressure a little better than they had in the third quarter.
There's a good look. Coble from the corner. No good.
Brooklyn has had just a real rough night from the outside.
And then Perry tries a off the dribble, one-handed kind of baseball pass, and it wasn't way off target, but enough where South couldn't corral it, and it'll be a turnover.
But something you really don't need in that situation.
Boy, Sanaya Stanley going to bring it across the timeline. Oh, deflected. Beardsley got her hand in there. Now it's Deutsch dribbling straight at the defender, puts it off the glass and in. Deutsch has 15, and it's a 2-point game, 43-41, and then South commits a foul as Deutsch was. It was 15, sorry, folks. That was Grayson Johnson going for the steal. That's the 4th team foul against South. And Jay, 2 words, game on.
Game on for sure. And
it is anybody's game now, isn't it?
Well, and credit Coach Whalage, Karen Whalage for South Brunswick of really kind of doing a number on the kids during the half, because they have come out here in the second half and played inspired basketball. And West had a pretty comfortable margin at the half of 14 points. And now they're only up a deuce with 2:12 to go.
Jay Bird, I got to tell you, going into halftime after West had outscored South 16-2 to take a 25-11 lead, I did not see this happening in the second half. But credit to South Brunswick. The Cougars have, I think it's been more about what South Brunswick has done than about West just throwing it away. And you get what I'm saying? I mean,
do.
West hasn't played great,
No.
but South's really been the aggressor and taking the fight to West in the second half.
Well, they forced a lot of it, and particularly with their pressure, as we're going to see right here, bringing the ball in, and they scored a couple of buckets quick, got a couple of free throws, and all of a sudden, and then we got to that that single digit, and things have that West hasn't let it slip all the way, but they're dangerously close. Got to swing it.
What a big bucket, a big bucket by Mastery. Jay, she's got 7 in the fourth quarter, a game high 16, and right at the under 2-minute mark, West takes a 4-point lead, and then Mastery comes up with a nice defensive play to get her hand on the shot and get the rebound.
Mastery is the master right now.
Oh, and West has got to look. West has got to look. Woodard to Mastery. She's got 9 in the quarter, 18 for the game. The West Brunswick lead is 6, and Mastery has been a master this fourth quarter, Jay.
Yeah, and it helps when you got a kid out there like Woodard who is so unselfish, and that time probably could have shot, but got it to the right person, and Jahira Mastery kisses it off the glass. 2, 4, 6, 9 points here in Q4. Wow.
Jay, I got to tell you, what a luxury having a senior point guard is. And South Brunswick will get to enjoy that luxury when a Deutsch is a senior.
Oh, my Lord. That's what I'm thinking. You look at these 3 freshmen, Deutsch,
man,
Adams,
and then Bell.
And Bell, who's played a bit tonight, a little quiet, but
they got something.
They got something. They got something. Right, exactly. So Perry's a junior. So she's got another year. So next year, and hey, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but impressed, like I was saying before, when South Brunswick, particularly in the second half, maybe you can make the argument in the first half, they played like a 3-8 or 3-9 team, whatever, but certainly not in the second half.
Jay, take me into the South Brunswick huddle moments ago. What are you looking for offensively here?
Well, obviously Deutsch is the go-to, but it would help if somebody else can take some of the pressure off of her, and what they have to do is not do what they just did, which is a missed opportunity. How many more shots do you have in a minute 19?
Stanley did a good job defensively there. Oh, that was quick. And it doesn't matter! Jahira Mastery buries it. She's got 12 in the fourth quarter, 21 for the game, and is single-handedly on a 7-0 run for West Brunswick. South Brunswick stays in it after the offensive rebound and putback by Aubrey Adams.
Almost
the West Brunswick lead is 7 with 50 seconds left in the game. Good pass from Woodard to Jakiah Johnson. Johnson is fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Don't you love her? I'm telling you, Woodard. You asked before about, scoring, and she does score. In fact, tonight she's got 12, but I think it's everything else the kid does on the court, and I think a lot of that is just, man, I've been doing this for 4 years, so, some of it's going to stick, and it stuck really well with Haley Woodard.
Well, big trip to the free throw line for West Brunswick. Jakiah Johnson, who's a 53% foul shooter, misses the first, but she can salvage a split here with a make on the second try. And she does just that. She's had a good night at the line, Jay. 4 of 6, and for a basically 50% foul shooter, that's a good number.
Well, it's a 3-possession game. It's going to be tough for South. They got to score quickly.
West doing a good job just making South burn some clock here. Clock's all the way down under 30 seconds. Now Deutsch has to fire a cross-court pass off the hands and off the shoes of Tiana Perry. It'll be West Brunswick basketball up 8, and the Trojans are in the bonus, Jay.
West scores a couple of more points and holds South, and you look at the paper tomorrow and you say, the Trojans a double-digit victory. A game a lot closer than that.
That was a really smart play by Sanaya Stanley, Jay, to not, dribble and try to force a shot up through contact. She pulled it back out. She got it to Coble, a guard, and then South uses a foul. Coble will go to the line for a couple of shots.
Yeah, you just have to be aware of the game situation, the time, the score, just the situation, because there's a lot of thinking that goes on out there in addition to some terrific athleticism. Boy, Brooklyn's had a tough night scoring tonight.
Can't seem to get it to fall, can she?
Yeah, averages 7, but not tonight. But she's done a lot of good things out there. Scrapping.
Been very active and misses both. So South still with a little bit of life as the game clock approaches 10 seconds. Woodard with a good closeout. Beardsley gets it into Adams, and she shuffled her feet when she caught it. So, Jay, 6 seconds left. West Brunswick ball. Trojans up 8. South got it to 2, but West ended the game, Jay, on a 10-2 run to put them away. So the varsity Trojan ladies pick up a 51-43 win. Jahira Mastry finished with a game-high 21 points. Haley Woodard had 12. Jakaya Johnson had 10 to lead the Trojans. Marin Deutsch led South Brunswick with 15. Tiana Perry finished with 11. And South got 9 from freshman Aubrey Adams. We're going to take a short break. Jay, parting shots on the girls' game.
Just a fun game, a great way to start our basketball season here on Focus.
Really, really fun game. Got quite interesting in the second half. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the start of the varsity boys game on FOCUS Broadband TV. Rivalry week. South Brunswick takes on the Trojans. We'll be right back for the start of the boys game. And we're almost set for the start of the varsity boys game here on FOCUS Broadband TV's coverage of local high school basketball. West Brunswick versus South Brunswick. The host Trojans enter the contest 5-10 overall, 2-3 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. South Brunswick 3-12 overall, 0-5 in league play, so the Cougars still looking for their first win in conference play. West Brunswick starters will be Kevon Griffin, Jude Surigao, Aiden Brown, Harrison Doherty, and Josiah Johnson, while the Cougars will counter with Jalen Johnson, Zion Smith, Jeremiah Ellis, Jonathan Braxton, and Jaden Daniels. Jay, preview this one for us. It should be a fun one.
Yeah, I think it will be. Sam has the makings of it for sure. And looking at the raw numbers, the thing that jumps out at me is West Brunswick takes a whole lot more shots. Sam, over the season, they have shot 205 more field goal attempts than has South Brunswick. They've taken 85 more free throws, and they've taken 81 more threes. But volume is on West, efficiency is on South. South more efficient from the field goal line at 40, from the free throw line at 63, and a narrow margin at three-point shooting with 23. Defensively, West scores 6 points more a game, 6 rebounds more a game, and 7 steals more a game. But in turnovers might be the difference here this evening. West only turns the ball over 14 times, South Brunswick 19. So whoever is able to solve the turnover riddle and whoever is able to kind of keep things going out there offensively may walk away with the win here tonight. Some good shooters on this team. Kevon Griffin, 6-foot sophomore, averaging 13 a game. And for South Brunswick, number one, Jalen Johnson, a junior guard, averaging 12 points and a very good three-point shooter.
And Jay, Jalen Johnson is a good player. He has had a really difficult time with injuries his first couple years. And quite frankly, South Brunswick's results would have been drastically altered had he been healthy the last 2 years, but has missed a significant amount of time, finally healthy, and the numbers show you what kind of player he is.
Yeah, he's a real good player, Sam. And again, if he can conquer the injury bug, then he's going to help you a lot. Nice dish inside. Oh,
South just couldn't finish, and Jude Surigao with the rebound for West Brunswick.
Surigao is kind of a man out there. Aiden Brown with a long shot, but that's okay.
Surigao missed the pull-up
three. I mean, yeah.
Oh, don't leave him open. Jalen Johnson can really score the basketball, hits an opening three, and South leads by 3.
Man-to-man defense by South.
Josiah Johnson's got it up top. Kick over to Harry Doherty. West gets it to Griffin in the bubblegum pink shoes. Moving screen against number 22, Harry Doherty. So West Brunswick still looking for his first points of the game. South Brunswick leads 3-0, courtesy three-pointer by Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, you can't let him get off from that three-point stripe. So whoever is drawing that number, and right now it looks like it's Johnson, Josiah Johnson for West.
He's a problem, Jay Bird. He is going to be a problem for every opponent South Brunswick plays, but he has got loose early here tonight in Charlotte. Griffin's drive, shot is up, no good.
But I believe he was fouled in the act of shooting and will shoot a pair of free throws. Griffin, West Brunswick's leading scorer, Jay Bird.
Yeah, about 13 a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists per contest. He is the number 5 point per game player in the Mideast Conference.
How about that? I did not realize that.
Yeah,
Jay.
Rod McAllen for New Hanover leads all scorers at 18 a game.
Ooh.
But Kavan making a move, hits his first.
And remember, folks, this kid shooting free throws, who's one of the top 5 scorers in the conference, is just a 10th grader.
10th grader, yeah.
Good battle by Surregal, but couldn't quite get the board. He's going to try another one. Oh, and it rattles out. Good look from Johnson. Couldn't get it to go. Surregal with another rebound. And then Johnson's outlet pass was intercepted by South Brunswick. Cougars with an early 5-1 lead. They're going to fire another 3, and he banks it in. Number 11, Jeremiah Ellis. His three-pointer puts South up 8-1 here in the early going.
Well, we saw how important the three-point shot is in the girls' game, and early on you're seeing how well it can help you, South, with a couple of threes.
Griffin thought about it and then gets it over to Josiah Johnson. Back to Griffin. He's working at the top of the key. Straight line drive to the basket. He was fouled on his way up, and Kevon Griffin will go to the line for 2. 3 subs set to check into the game for West Brunswick. Number 3, Jonathan Daniels. Number 1, Royce Meters. And number 5, Isaac Clarida. Actually got a few more.
It's a hockey team.
Yeah, 21, Caden Bryant. And I think 24, Alex Cameron, also set to check into the game. One of them's going to have to stay here, though, whoever's getting Griffin. Looks like Clariday will be going into the game for Griffin, so if he makes this one, we'll have one more sub, and if not, we'll play on.
Well, Coach Aaron Taylor making an early move. Get some guys some rest, and I wouldn't be surprised if these guys coming in are going to press.
Jay, I really like that, your line that you used, the hockey substitution, the line change, if you will.
And there's some full court pressure. 2-2-1. South handles it well.
Very well. Turns into a layup for number 10, Zion Smith. South Brunswick with a 10-3 lead. Way long shot attempt off. It was Tristan Roberts who came into the game.
Tristan Roberts can shoot, and he scores 8 a game. Not a bad shot, just wasn't able to zero in that time. It's going to send Caden Bryant to the line.
South 10, West Brunswick 3. It'll stay there as Bryant misses the first of 2 free throws.
West has not yet scored a field goal. 3 free throws, maybe 4 here if Bryant can convert.
And he does just that. So West is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 of 6 from the stripe in the game's first 3 minutes. South Brunswick yet to attempt a free throw, but the Cougars have a 10-4 lead. Three-pointer up and in by the junior Zion Smith. Smith and Jalen Johnson each have 5, and it's a 9-point lead for South Brunswick early.
Tell you what, a weird-looking rotation on Zion's shot, but man, it was dead center.
High arcing jumper up and no good. Rebound back out to Jonathan Daniels. Isaac Clariday's got it. Mid-range jumper way too strong. And a push ahead. And a blocking foul called against Clarida. And South Brunswick's number 32, Caleb Young, will go to the line for a pair.
Well, good effort that time by West, getting back transitionally and forcing 32 Young to take a Not a real good shot, but fortunately for him, he got fouled, so makes the first.
Trouble early for the Trojans, down by 10, 14-4. Jay, South has scored 14, maybe 15 if he makes this one, less than halfway through the first quarter. And Jay, tell me, West Brunswick gave up 32 first quarter points in its last game, 14 through 3.5 minutes tonight. So the slowing down their opponents in the first quarter is becoming a problematic trend.
Sure has. First quarter has not been good for the Trojans here of late.
Oh, good steal by Surgow, and did a good job to get it to Griffin. Oh, wow. I don't even know how he got it up to the rim, much less almost made it. But Griffin's aggression will be rewarded with a pair of free throws, his 5th and 6th free throw attempts of the first quarter.
Yeah, Griffin, another young player, just a 10th grader.
Just misses it, spins out. Griffin knocks that one in, so he's 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. West Brunswick still looking for its first made basket of the night. Down 14-5.
Good defense that time by Jonathan Daniels.
Was really good defense. Good call, partner.
Really got up inside number 24, Jonathan Braxton, who's done a nice job bringing the ball up and down the court early on, but that time Daniels got the best of him. Just a 10th grader. A lot of 10th graders for West.
Now, Jay, who gets the first field goal for the Trojans?
I don't know. They're under 4 and they haven't scored a bucket yet. And we got an offensive foul.
I don't know who it'll be, but it won't be on this possession.
I don't think so, unless they steal it. But then that would be a new possession, so you're right.
Oh, a steal. Oh, and then knocked away right back to the inbound man, and here comes Jalen Johnson in space. He's dangerous, Jay. Oh, somehow the layup wouldn't fall. A great take. Oh, a good pass ahead to Griffin. And the sophomore puts it up and in. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 6 of West Brunswick, 7 points. Trojans down 7 points, 14-7. Got a football score here. 3:25 left in the first. Got a man ahead. Got a man ahead. The layup is up and in. Trojans got some momentum here. The lights just went out. Boy, West Brunswick has not shot the lights out, but they actually did just go out. We got a 30-second timeout. South Brunswick has called a 30-second timeout. West Brunswick, Jay, on a little 5-0 mini run, and game on, I guess.
Well, it was such that the good Lord decided to turn the lights off for 10 seconds. So sometimes that happens. I think the switch for the lights is on the walls close to the exits, and if you got people standing around there, this is not the first time that's happened here. As Nate whispered in my ear, especially South and West, you know.
You got, yeah, exactly. Standing room only when these Brunswick County schools meet. And, Jay, it won't be the only matchup of Brunswick County teams we do this year. We're going to do North-South and West-North later in the season, right?
Got some Brunswick schools coming up for sure. And there's a turnover. So
Johnson traveled with it.
South came out, had their little run. West trying to reciprocate and climb back into this, down 5. Ooh. Yeah. A little bit of a forced pass that time, and the result is a turnover. Again, remember I talked to you about turnovers. West does a little better job than South at turnovers per game, 14 versus 19.
Jay, I tell you what has surprised me is how big Jalen Johnson is.
He's a big boy.
I mean, he's a good-sized kid. Man, Griffin might shoot 100 free throws in the first quarter, partner.
Yeah, there's an old expression, you can be tall and small or short and big. Now, Jalen's not necessarily short, right? But he's not 6'6".
I mean, he's well put together.
Yes, he is. And we're happy to report that because, as you indicated earlier, Sam, in his career has been hampered by injuries. Doesn't seem to be injured at all here this evening, and that's great news for the Cougars.
Griffin knocks in a pair. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's 6 out of 8 from the stripe. And Jay, just like that, West has made this a 3-point game with a 7-0 run here.
Yeah, I think you'd be happy. Only one bucket.
Oh, a good pass from Griffin to Surigao. Oh. And then got a hard foul down on the baseline, and Surigao will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Yeah. And Jay, in today's boy does this make me feel old moment, I can legitimately say I remember when Jude was born.
Wow.
Yep, they went to church. We went to church with him. I mean, I remember him when he was a few weeks old.
Did he come out that big when he was born?
Yes, yes, he was a big kid.
The guy that blocked that and picked up the foul is Chase Robinson. He's a sophomore forward for the Cougars, and he is making a name for himself around the league this year.
West Brunswick.
Checking into the game for the Cougars, number 23.
Sorry, I said West Brunswick basketball. It'll stay with South Brunswick. It was deflected out of bounds by West Brunswick. So West on a 9-0 run, and it's a 14-13 South Brunswick lead.
Oh,
yep.
Which way we go?
Yep. That's a foul on Griffin. He ran through him before he deflected the pass.
Kavan play football?
Jay, I don't know.
Maybe you should think about it. Couple years ahead. Anyway, I was talking about Robinson, the big tall kid out there for South Brunswick, number 5, being defended by Surigao. He's in among the leaders in rebounds in the league this year.
Oh, step back 3. That was pretty, even though it didn't go in. Griffin and Robinson fighting for it, and the possession arrow will send it the Trojans' way.
Only down 1 and only scored 2 field goals here in the first quarter. I'd say Aaron Taylor probably okay. Euro didn't go. Surigao. That's nice.
Oh, Griffin got the rebound and then puts the layup up and in. Jay's got 10 in the first quarter.
That was even nicer, the rebound and putback.
Robinson with a good strong drive. He was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Chase Robinson, kid I was talking about earlier, who's rebounding very well this year, but not scoring so bad either. He's got 7 points a game coming in here, just a 10th grader. Again, this is another team that has some productivity and they're underclass. Same thing with the Trojans. .52% from the free throw line is Chase Robinson. So the expectation is he makes this one. And he does.
Good call, Jay Byrne. And most importantly, he ties up the score and stops what was a West Brunswick 11-0 run. He can shoot it, partner. He missed that one off to the left. But then Daniels steals it. Surigao for 3, and it went halfway down and rattled out. But a good look
Jay, you hear the analysts say this during college and professional basketball games a lot, but the best three-point looks come after offensive rebounds.
Usually they're long, and usually there's no defender.
Surgow with another strong take to the basket and was fouled again by Robinson, and Surgow will go to the line and shoot another pair.
You know, I don't know how Jude's career is going to play out, basketball and football, but
he's also an excellent golfer.
Is he a great golfer?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, then stick with that one, but long term. But let me tell you, I think the kid's got a bright future on the gridiron. Three for 4 for the line tonight for Jude. That's back to a 1-point lead.
Nope, a steal. Surgow's got it. He got to pass ahead to Daniels. Good look. And Daniels lays it up and in. He's got 4. And the West Brunswick lead is 3. Jay, it is a 14-1 run for West. Nice dribble drive by number 35, Jaden Daniels. Pulls South within 1. He walked with it. Yeah. 25.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Jay, buckle up, man. How about let's have some points, shall we? 18-17 in the first quarter.
Well, let me tell you, we were talking a lot in the first game about the Lady Cougars having a difficult time scoring, but the guys aren't having any trouble here at all tonight.
Man, I tell you, I really like watching him play. He is fun to watch. I really think highly of him as a player.
He's a baller, man.
He is. Yep, I couldn't have said it any better myself. So, Jay, after that big West Brunswick run, South Brunswick has responded rather nicely to kind of stay right there in it.
Punch and counter punch, right? Take one on the chin, get back up, and get him with your own.
West has to be cognizant of the clock. Daniels is going to fire a buzzer-beating 3 and just misses off to the left. And South Brunswick will carry a 19-18 lead into the second quarter here on FOCUS Broadband TV.
And we're back for the start of the second quarter. South Brunswick leading West Brunswick 19-18. Kevon Griffin paced the Trojans with 10 points in the first quarter. Jonathan Daniels had 4, Jude Surgow with 3. For South, it was Jalen Johnson with 7 and Zion Smith with 5 as we begin the second quarter.
Oh,
man, talk about halfway down. Not sure how that one stayed out, partner.
Aiden Brown worked his tail off on that possession that time and was rewarded with a nice defensive rebound.
Griffin from distance, no good. South Brunswick comes up with a defensive board. Shot blocked. Johnson got it back. Really good pass over here to the right wing. Shot no good. Griffin nearly came up with a steal, but couldn't quite get it away from 35 Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, it was Tristan Roberts with the block on that shot. South staying patient. Easy when you got this kid with the ball. Oh, 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 oh. Okay.
Oh, meeting at the rim.
Can you finish?
And he does finish. Josiah Johnson, layup up and in, his first points of the game, and the Trojans take a 20-19 lead with 6:20 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, West Brunswick's Johnson, Josiah, averages 9 a game. In and out. Rebound, Surgow. Kick.
Good pump fake. Johnson can make that. Oh, that's 2 he's missed off to the left.
Yeah, he probably had too much time.
Jay, he's a 32% three-point shooter. That's a pretty good number for high school basketball.
Not bad at all. You encourage him to shoot the ball. Wow. Look, Josiah Johnson missed a shot, didn't feel too good about it, but he didn't let it affect his defense. And I think to an extent, he and Surgow that time combined to force that turnover. Shooting will come and go, but defense should never. You just bring your work pail in, every day, every minute.
Jay, there are nights shots don't fall, but defense travels.
Well said.
Charging foul called against Tristan Roberts. So West Brunswick lead is 20-19, 5:24 left before halftime.
So at least the early part of the second quarter, kind of quiet scoring-wise. No, that might get it going.
Jalen Johnson would drive and a little mid-range shot off the glass. Roberts gonna fire one from deep. Off the glass, no good. Griffin with the rebound. Pass into Aiden Brown, whose shot attempt is no good, but Aiden was fouled on the way up and will shoot a pair of free throws.
Foul is called to number 10, Zion Smith, his first.
Not a big guy. Aiden Brown, a senior center, 4 points, 3 boards, and 50% from the line. When it bounces out. That's a little better.
Brown's second attempt is up and in, and that knots the score at 21-all. 4:51 left before halftime here in Charlotte.
Sam, that was a pretty good turn and drive to the basket by Jaden Daniels, sophomore forward for South Brunswick. Yeah, we don't have sizes on all the kids, but Jaden Daniels looks put together pretty well, number 35.
Jay, there's just not a whole lot that can go terribly wrong when you make a strong basketball play near the basket into the chest of your defender. And a lot of times, especially in high school basketball, what's going to happen is what you're seeing right now. You're going to get a foul call and end up at the free throw line.
Free throws are important, and you got to draw them as best you can.
And Jay, I'm assuming he has not taken very many, but according to the numbers, he hasn't missed one all year.
That's right.
So that streak continues. That was deflected out of bounds by South Brunswick. Cougars with a 2-point lead, 23-21.
Based on those free throws by Daniels, you can understand why he's perfect. Metters from the corner. Can he make it? No.
Look good from here.
Aiden Brown.
Wow, Jay kind of lost it on the way up, and it still went off the glass and in. So 3 consecutive points for Aiden Brown, and it's a 23-23 ball game midway through the second quarter.
Strong kid is Brown.
Oh, good pass, and a good job by Tristan Roberts getting his hands in there and forcing the jump ball against Jaden Daniels.
Roberts has given Coach Aaron Taylor some good minutes here this evening. Coach Mike Lautzenheiser for South Brunswick has pushed a lot of right buttons here thus far too. That's in.
Nothing but net. Number 15, Tristan Roberts buries it. He's 1 of 3 from behind the arc, and most importantly, gives the Trojans a 3-point lead at 26-23.
He averages 8 a game, so you know he's a capable scorer.
Fouled on the way up, and it was number 11, Jeremiah Ellis, who banked in a 3 in the first quarter, who will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Jeremiah, 41% from the free throw line. Didn't look like, I mean, it looks like he's got a pretty good form, pretty good shot. That one didn't go down.
A little too strong on the second, and saved off of Caden Bryant and out of bounds. And Jay, those are deflating, aren't they? Your opponent goes to the free throw line, they miss both, and you can't control the defensive rebound.
Well, credit Zion Smith that time, making a heady play. Picked up his dribble. Don't want to do that.
South stole the outlet pass. And Young puts it up and in, 32, Caleb Young.
Some unselfish play by South Brunswick that time. Resulted in a bucket for Young. 26-25, Sam. Kids are going
good ball
at
game
it
so far.
Yes, sir. Again, South not looking like a team that hadn't won a game in the conference.
Roberts again from distance. That one no good. Battle for the rebound, and number 2, Tony Cox, wins that battle for South Brunswick.
I think that the Trojans settled that time, probably could have got a little better shot. Roberts trying to get the call to go his way, but not able to persuade the officials. So ball in for South Brunswick.
Bryant comes away with the steal, then passed it ahead to Roberts. I'm not sure Roberts knew it was coming. Now Meters has got it to the corner to Daniels. That misses everything, and Ellis with a strong defensive rebound for South Brunswick. And Jay, somehow South Brunswick's got to get it back into his hands, that guy's hands.
You want Jalen Johnson to be involved in the offense a lot. Wow.
There's a good pass ahead to Tristan Roberts, and the layup is off the glass and in. Roberts has 5 points in the second quarter. His points for the game, 5, and West now leads 28-25 with a minute and a half left before halftime, as Jonathan Daniels is charged with a foul. So possession will stay with South Brunswick. West again leading 28-25, minute and a half left before intermission.
Only one foul on the Cougars here in the quarter, 4 on West. They've done a really nice
good
job.
Entry pass, good catch, good finish. Caleb Young has 5, and South Brunswick has pulled within 1.
They've done a good job getting the ball inside. Again, that's a shot you could probably take, you know, after passing the ball around 20, 30 seconds.
1 minute.
Don't blame the kid for shooting. He can make that shot, but a little too soon in the concept of the offense.
Game clock under 50 seconds here in the third quarter. Caden Bryant with the block shot. Roberts tries to track it down, but it bounces out of bounds.
Caden Bryant using all 6'4" of him that time, horizontally and vertically with the piece.
No! Off of Bryant, off of Brown. Jay, I thought it almost went in.
It almost did. I don't know who would have got the bucket. That's a nice pass. You got to finish.
Walked with it before the shot. Yeah, just shuffled his feet just a little bit.
Credit Caden Bryant that time for not giving up.
And he didn't fall for the shot fake.
And he just did a great job that time. That won't show up in the box score, but trust me, Aaron Taylor saw it.
Roberts was fouled on the shot attempt, so Tristan Roberts, who's been really active here in the second quarter, will go to the line for a pair, and that's one thing West Brunswick has done very well tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 free throw attempts after these two, Jay Bird. And Roberts buries the first. He's got 6 for the game.
Well, that was, you know, one of the numbers I noticed that for the season, West Brunswick had shot 85 more free throws than South Brunswick, and that's kind of proven here this evening.
Yeah, South Brunswick has attempted 8, which isn't a terrible number, but compared to 18.
You can cut, you know, free throw shooting's like molding. It covers a lot of sins, you know. So if you're proficient from the free throw line, you can be very productive.
Good drive and kick by Daniels to Brown, but Brown had his shot blocked. Jay, the game clock's down to 4 seconds, and West knocks it away, and that will take us to the halftime break. So South unable to get a shot attempt at the end of the first half, and West Brunswick will enter the break with a 29-27 lead right here on FOCUS Broadband TV. We'll be back with the second half.
And we are almost set for the start of the second half on FOCUS Broadband TV. West Brunswick leading rival South Brunswick 29-27. And Jay, the first half of the first quarter was really all South Brunswick. The Cougars led 14-4, and from that moment forward, West Brunswick outscored South 25-13. So kind of a tale of two quarters, or two halves. West really flipped the script after a sluggish start.
Yeah, each side has had their run, Sam, and then it's kind of settled down into what, starting here in the second half, just a 2-point margin for West Brunswick.
And South turns it over on that's a walk. Yeah, Aiden Brown just couldn't quite keep his feet, but South nearly turns it over on the initial possession of the second half. So West Brunswick leads by 2, 7:46 left in the third.
Roberts with the turnover.
Oh. Griffin's got it. Over to the shooter in the corner, but Roberts ends up losing it. It's still loose. That's going to be a tie ball. Oh, they're going to give West a timeout.
Well,
they're going to say Roberts possessed it, and Jay, is funny. The scorekeeper, the last thing he told Coach Aaron Taylor before the third quarter started was, "Coach, you got all 5 timeouts." And I'm sure Coach Taylor was thinking about that when he called that one.
Well, it had to do something because Zion Smith had him in a figure-4 leg bind, and he wasn't getting out of that.
Jay, that was funny. At one point during that scrum, if you will, there were like 4 bodies on the ground, and none of them had the ball.
None of them had the ball.
The ball was laying in between somebody's legs, and Roberts kind of came in from behind and got possession of it.
They were all tied up at the moment, yeah.
Figure-4 leg lock.
Hey,
I like it.
You mentioned to me, dummy me, I didn't pick up on it, but Griffin for West, even though he leads them in scoring, kind of didn't score at all in second quarter, and we don't think he played a whole lot.
No, and he only has 1 foul.
But he's back in there now, so he'd like to get warmed up.
Oh, that's a nice move. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Man.
Oh, don't want to pick up your second. 90 feet from the opponent's basket. Oh, good pass from Johnson to Chase Robinson. Shot up, no good. Another scrum. South Brunswick comes away with it. He picked up his dribble, fires it across the court, and now Johnson's got it back up top for the Cougs.
Wow. Oh.
Griffin steps in there and takes the charge. I believe this is only his first, Jay, according to the book. So good news for Mike Lotzenheiser and the Cougars. Johnson's only got 1 personal.
Yeah, and good for the Cougars for sure. Not so good for the Trojans, but you want this kid Jalen Johnson to stay out on the floor. He's so talented and so much fun to watch.
He's got 9 points, Jay, but 7 of them were really early. Mid-range jumper, Roberts no good. South Brunswick can rouse the rebound, and here comes Johnson. The problem is 5 Trojans had sprinted back, so Johnson had to pump the brakes and pull it back. West loses number 10, Zion Smith, in transition, and he buries a corner 3 to push South ahead by 1, 30-29. Caden Bryant puts the Trojans ahead with a little baby hook in the lane.
Yeah, Bryant did a good job of settling his feet that time and converting.
Going to be a foul on the floor against Caden Bryant. Jude Surgal set to check into the game for the Trojans as he fist bumps the play-by-play guy.
Fouls called on number 0, Kavion Griffin, his second personal foul.
I think his dad was fist bumping at halftime, regaling us with all these Surgal stories, right?
Nice family.
Yes, he is. Pretty good ball player, too, in his time.
Yes, indeed. I tell you, Jude is going to catch a lot of passes, get a lot of rebounds, score a lot of points, and make a lot of birdies before his time at West is said and done.
Yeah, those birdies might be the
Look
best
at that
thing.
work. Oh, Surgal couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line and shoot a pair for the Trojans.
Jude's a sophomore, 8.7 boards. Believe in terms of rebounds, he is number 3, 99 boards coming into tonight's game in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Hits the first.
Aiden Brown comes away with it. His shot up, no good. Boy, Bryant got fouled from behind there on that rebound, but no call, and West Brunswick will stay with it. Or the ball will stay with West Brunswick, rather. Sergal for 3, his first field goal of the game. He's got 7 points, and West Brunswick suddenly leads by 5, largest lead of the game for the Trojans.
Another offensive foul, or they get the block. They call a block. Griffin can't believe. Come dancing up the floor like the girls were dancing at halftime. How many is that on?
That's 3.
Okay, he may have to rest a little. Jonathan Daniels going to check in. Maybe not. Clariday is going to check in.
Jay, what I don't understand about the only thing I don't understand about the call, I thought they got the block call right, but Johnson went up and then passed it. I'm just not sure how it was a shooting foul. But either way, the refs know what they're doing, and I sure don't. So Johnson now in double figures. He's got 10 after splitting a pair, and the West Brunswick lead now 4. Clariday's got it. Back out to Josiah Johnson at the midcourt logo.
So with Griffin out, where do points come from?
Right there, number 14.
For the Trojans.
Off to the right.
That's a good look by Sergal. He was a little rushed on that one, but
yeah, and Jay, I don't think he needed to be.
No,
I thought he could have taken a full step in and kind of.
Yeah, he had more time than he realized.
Shot it in a little better rhythm. Isaac Clarida. And get it back to Josiah Johnson with 4:53 left in the third quarter. West Brunswick leading by 4. West trying to figure out a way to get the ball into the middle of this South Brunswick zone. Aiden Brown kind of flashed to the high post.
Well, you got to penetrate either off the dribble or with the pass, and West Brunswick did neither that time. That's a shot.
He banked one in the first half. West Brunswick maybe can get some points before the South D is set up. And that shot is blocked. That's technical on number 10.
Oh.
Man, Jay, so you block a shot in transition, make a great defensive play, and then fail to control his emotions, get in the face of the opponent, and get a technical foul. That hurts your team in a 4-point game.
And Coach Mike's grabbing him real quick. So Josiah Johnson will shoot a pair, and West Brunswick will maintain possession. John says Johnson's 48% from free throws, but well,
split a pair as the second one rattles out, but West Brunswick maintains possession. Jay, heck of a block by Zion Smith, though, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, he got up and just swatted it away, but that technical hurts.
He's got some hops.
Now Sergal has a 3 spin out, and Chase Robinson corrals the carom for the Cougars.
It's about Jalen Johnson time, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, boy, that was an acrobatic layup. He's got 12. I think that leads all scorers. And South Brunswick within 3, 36-33. Boy, Johnson's just going to fire.
Kind of an ill-advised shot that time. Again, not that it's a bad shot, but you could have got that any time in the possession. Timeout.
South Brunswick wants a timeout with 3:36 left in the third quarter. So, Jay, 3s and 6s are wild here. West leads 36-33, and there's 3:36 left in the third. Coach Lotzenheiser calls a timeout for South Brunswick. And, Jay, this is also why his players and fellow staff members have always referred to him as Coach Lots. Isn't that much easier?
It sure helps an old guy like me. I can tell you that.
And a young guy like me.
You know, there's a lot of letters in that name. If we can kind of shrink it down to Coach Lots and he knows we're talking to him, then that's a good thing. That's a good thing for sure. Yeah, both teams, as we're just under the halfway mark in the second quarter, aren't scoring at the rate that they did early on in this contest.
Oh, he's going to fire a three from the corner,
that fixes that.
We are all knotted up after Jonathan Braxton nails in the corner three. Now Braxton alone in transition. Layup up and no good. Now it's a loose ball. Fight for it. South comes away with it. Spin move in the lane. Up and in. 35, Jaden Daniels. Mini spurt by South. And the Cougars now have a 2-point lead, 38-36.
Daniels is a big load. He's got to use that body more, and that's going to be a tie-up. Advantage. What do we got?
It was a tie ball situation. The arrow must favor the Trojans. And, Jay, you asked a $1 million question when Griffin went out of the game. Where do the points come from? And they haven't come from anywhere since he went out. The one technical free throw. The one technical free throw is the only points West has scored since Griffin went out, I do believe.
Well, Harry Doherty back in the game now. He's not one of your high scorers, but maybe he can get going.
He can make that, Jay Bird. Just off the front iron. Surigao fighting for it. Johnson's got the rebound for South Brunswick.
Man, two good athletes going at one another. That's a tough matchup for Metters.
Very nearly made that three-pointer, Jaden Daniels, that is. Surigao fall away, misses everything.
Boy, you feel so good coming down the court after that great board. You think, yeah, I got this, you know, end to end. But good work by Doherty that time.
Robinson a little out of control there. Misses everything, and West comes away with it.
Nice.
Oh, good pass. And a dunk from Caden Bryant, the two-handed flush from number 21. And we are all knotted up at 38, 150 left to go in the third.
Well, maybe that'll get things, it's been kind of a quiet crowd, really, but that might wake them up.
Metters now on the run, leading the break.
Good decision.
Another Bryant opportunity off the side of the backboard, and just a frenetic pace here. Robinson on the push ahead, misses it. No whistle, and here comes West again. Doherty thought about it, gets it to Surigao. Mid-range jumper, up and in. Jude Surigal's got 6 in the corner, and the West Brunswick lead is 2, 40-38. Trojan lead.
Little spurt by the Trojans. That's a good turn.
Chase Robinson for 3 puts South Brunswick back in front. His first field goal, he's got 4.
3 triples, and that's going to be a Surigao. I think when you put that arm up, you know, it might not have been a foul, could have been a block, but it looks like a foul, you know.
Yeah, Jay, I think the minute you take that off arm and kind of do the chicken wing out in front of you, they're going to get you most every time.
You know, we often live in a world of, you know, perception is reality, and that perceptually looked like a foul. There's a chance.
He threw it away. Clariday had the steal and then lost it. And now South Brunswick comes on the other end.
Could have been
Still
a foul.
No whistle.
There were about 3 fouls there.
And a shoe. 3 fouls and a shoe.
I think that was a movie. 3 fouls? No, that was 3 men and a baby, I think. But yeah, it was close, something like that, yeah. Nice catch on the shoe, Sam.
The fouls are racking up. That was Jude Surigal's third. It was Tristan Roberts' third. And 41 seconds left in the third. Cougars lead by 1.
3 triples in this quarter for South Brunswick.
Oh, some nifty dribbling. Up and in, number 11, Jeremiah Ellis. He's got 5, and the South lead is 3. Metters got nailed. Jay, the floater, there was no contact, but when he came down, somebody just barreled right through him. So a shooting foul. Metters will go to the line for a pair.
Royce is listed as a 38% free throw shooter. I'm a little surprised. Maybe not. Not much rotation on that one.
Just a little shy on the first attempt. So he'll try to salvage a split here.
He's got to bend a little bit more.
That one was better, Jay Bird.
There you go.
He might have still been feeling the effects of that football tackle that he took.
True. South should make sure they take the last shot here.
He walked with it.
They give it up.
So, Jay, here we go. What are you drawing up here with 7 ticks left at the end of the third?
You got all night long. I mean, if Griffin was in the game, then you say, obviously, I'll go to him. But, you know, Surgout shot well. Penetration, kick out. Maybe not even kick out.
Meyers with the floater. No good if it goes. Boy, heck of a full court effort, but a nice surge at the end of the third quarter from Royce Meters. The Trojans have tied it up, and Jay, 43-43, 8 minutes left. Don't miss a dribble in the fourth quarter right here on FOCUS Broadband TV. And we're back, start of the fourth quarter. South Brunswick's basketball game is tied 43-43. Robinson missed everything. Aiden Brown with the defensive rebound. Here comes West. The run out, Jonathan Daniels up and in. He's got 6, and the Trojans lead by 2, 45-43.
And they like to run. They being the Trojans, and executed it perfectly that time. And what's the call?
Aiden Brown with a push. With 7:29 left in the game, West Brunswick 45, South Brunswick 43. First foul charged to West in the fourth quarter. Jay got a rather big one in Wilmington tonight. New Hanover and Hoggard, 2 of the top 3 teams in the Mid-Eastern Conference. New Hanover leading Hoggard 29-20. I believe it showed that was in the third quarter, right?
New Hanover undefeated on the year, 13-0 coming into this contest. And Hoggard, being Hoggard's 9-5, always playing well. And in between's Laney, who's having a great year at 12-1. Meantime, back in Charlotte, Griffin picks up his fourth foul. Whoa. This is probably going to sit him for a few minutes, Sam. And they are. It's like Tristan Roberts going to come in the game. Ellis at the line for a pair, makes the first.
Checking into the game for the Trojans, number 15, Tristan Roberts.
Man, Griffin just has not been able to find a rhythm offensively since the first quarter. This foul trouble he's been battling has really kind of hurt that cause.
10 in the opening quarter, a lot of them from the free throw line, but nevertheless. Sinks 1 of 2.
Oh, good give and go. Roberts was fouled on the way up, and he'll have a chance to extend West Brunswick's lead with a couple of free throws.
It was Jonathan Daniels with the picture-perfect pass to Roberts. So Tristan's going to shoot a pair. 64% free throw shooter, so one of the better ones for West Brunswick, and misses the first.
Misses the first. So like Ellis, he'll try to split a pair. And that one too strong. First one too short, second one too strong. Comes up empty on that trip, and South Brunswick will have the basketball down by 1, 6:55 left in the quarter.
Gosh, what a gosh.
Jay, I got to tell you, and I typically don't say this about a player, but I don't think he's selfish enough.
Yeah.
Aiden Brown with a big offensive rebound and put back. He's got 5, and that puts West Brunswick back ahead by 1.
The big guy, Aiden Brown, and the West coaching staff really trying to get a foul. It was a body on the floor that time, and Brown had no place to come down. He did convert.
Jay, I don't even know if I finished my thought just now after Johnson's made basket. Oh, South just splits the West Brunswick defense, and Jeremiah Ellis lays it up and in. It's not that South doesn't have other players who are capable, but I don't think Johnson's selfish enough. Oh, I'm sorry, partner. Tristan Roberts with a strong drive and a basket. He's got 8. And, Jay, we're just swapping leads here in the fourth quarter, aren't we?
Well, we are, and this game looks like it's going to certainly go into the 50s.
Boy, that was
Dead
right on the money, just too strong. Metters straight into the chest, up and in. Metters has got 5, and the Trojan lead is 3.
Boy, Metters has stepped in and given him some great minutes here. Look a little like old J.J. Cobb on that play, didn't he, Sam? He's not real big, but tough. Good drive.
And 1, number 35, Jaden Daniels puts it up and in. He's got 8, and South has pulled within 1 free throw would tie the game.
You know, Daniels just a 10th grader, and somebody, and I'm sure Coach Watts is getting in his head. Man, he's a good ball player, and he could be a whole lot better.
Just a 10th grader, huh?
Yeah, I know, but man, look at that body. He's got like a mini Wes Unseld. I know people watching don't know who Wes Unseld is, but a mini Barkley, okay? Maybe they would identify with that.
Spins out, so West Brunswick preserves its 1-point lead, and Jay, now no Griffin or Surigao on the court for the Trojans. Both have 4 fouls, and we'll see how the game plays out, but it's going to be interesting to see how long Coach Taylor can leave one or both of them over on the sideline.
It's because you got to have shooters on the floor, and that's not a shot. Jonathan Daniels all over the place. Aaron Taylor not happy at all there in the bottom of your picture. You see Coach Taylor. Trying to persuade the official that that wasn't the right call, but I'm pretty sure it's going to stay with the official's call.
Jay, you know my dad tells me something when we're watching games together. I've never been able to change a referee's call.
But?
Argue anyway,
yeah.
But I've never been able to change his mind.
That's right.
Oh, open shooter. Misses it. Oh, a good physical battle for the rebound. Meters comes away with it. That's a blocking foul. It's got to be a blocking foul. Nope, no blocking foul.
No.
Out of bounds off of South Brunswick, and it'll be West Brunswick ball.
This has become, in the last couple 3 minutes, a very physical game. Somebody's got to come to the ball. Good overplay that time by Daniels.
And then South lost it. Tie ball. Possession arrow favors the Trojans, so West Brunswick will maintain possession. Jay, do you wish high school basketball would adopt the half circle there under the basket for block and charge calls? I think it would make life easier on the referees.
It might, yeah. I wish they would adopt the shot clock. That's the one
and
I
that
would,
too.
I would really love.
That's another one worth talking about.
Yeah.
Daniels is going to fire away strong. Yeah, they're saying Ellis touched it, and it bounces out of bounds. So West will maintain possession, and Coach Aaron Taylor wants a full timeout with West Brunswick up 51-50, 4:23 left in the game. Jay, take me inside the West Brunswick huddle. You got the basketball, baseline out of bounds, 4:23 left, you're up by 1. Two of your primary scorers are over on the bench fighting foul trouble. Who do you like here, Tristan Roberts?
Well, he's probably their best scorer on the court, right? Maybe the best shooter. Surgal, he's down too, right?
Yeah, Surgal and Griffin are both on the bench.
Or maybe you get something. They've had some productivity here out of Metters, being able to drive to the basket. Daniels can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. So maybe you won't come up with somebody that can drain a 15, 18-footer, but maybe you can get to the basket and create, and if not score, get fouled, right? So the important thing is just be in a hurry, but don't rush. And they'll just need to. And I guess at some point, Coach Taylor got to make a decision on when Griffin and Surgal come back into the game. Don't turn the ball over.
Roberts did a good job tracking down his loose dribble there. Now he's going to drive left wing. Shot is up, too strong. And South Brunswick comes away with the rebound.
Pretty good interior defense that time by number 11 Ellis and 35 Daniels for the Cougs. There's the answer to one question as Griffin comes to the bench.
Jalen Johnson up and in. He's got a game-high 16 points. There's Roberts again, and he puts West Brunswick back in front with the driving layup, Jay, and I believe that gives Roberts 10 for the game. He's in double figures. The next West Brunswick foul will send South Brunswick to the line. And it won't be right there as he kind of got caught underneath the goal.
Good defense by
Roberts
Brown.
pulls up for three. Boy, he missed everything. And then makes a reverse layup. He's got 6 in the fourth quarter, 12 for the game, and the West Brunswick lead is 3.
Yeah, well, credit Tristan Roberts that time for, after a really not so good shot, sticking with it, right, and making kind of a spectacular putback. Got to go up strong. What's he called?
Foul on the floor against Doherty. So, Jay, that will send Jaden Daniels to the line for 2 free throws now. 5th foul.
Number 22, Harrison Doherty. His second personal foul, that's the team's 5th. Number 35,
Jaden Daniels unofficially 2 for 3 from the stripe after we had him at 100%, and he finally missed one. He's got 2 more now.
.253 left in the game. Jaden Daniels will go to the line for 2. West Brunswick leads 55-52. Griffin, Johnson, and Bryant set to check back into the game for West Brunswick after this first free throw, as West Brunswick tries to hang on and move to 3-3 in the Mid-Eastern Conference with a win tonight. South's trying to earn its first league win of the season. Daniels, nothing but nylon on the first one. He's got 9, and the West Brunswick lead is down to 2.
Well, as I indicated earlier, Jaden Daniels is only averaging 3 points, 4 boards a game, but he's capable. He got a lot more ceiling than that.
Good touch, Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got good touch around the basket. Missed that one. A good block out by Aiden Brown.
It's a nice effort by Brown. And then the quick pass out.
West Brunswick up by 2, 2:45 left in the ball game. The foul situation worth monitoring. West has committed 5 team fouls, so from every West foul from here on out, unless it's offensive foul of some kind, we'll send South to the free throw line. South still has some fouls to go before West is shooting. Griffin going to pull it back out.
I thought Roberts was going to go there for a minute. Give it up.
Oh, Griffin with a strong drive to the basket. 2:08 left. He was fouled by Jaden Daniels on the way to the hoop, and Griffin will go to the line for 2. Jay, by my count at least, he had 10 points in the first quarter and has not scored since.
Yeah, I agree with you. And nevertheless, West has either had a lead or been not too far out of the lead. Most of the second quarter on.
South Brunswick wants a full timeout in between these Griffin free throws. So 2:08 left. West Brunswick 56, South Brunswick 53. Griffin will have one more free throw. So Jay, worst case scenario if you're South, he makes this when you get the ball back down 4. Your coach Lott's in this huddle. Of course, first you're telling him, look, if he misses, we got to block out and get this rebound. What are you doing on the offensive end down here trying to get back in this one?
I think in whatever you draw up or discuss, someplace in that scheme has got to include Jalen Johnson with the basketball, right? Now, whether he's the one that takes the shot or whether he's the one that draws, a double team and is able to dish it off to someone who's in a better position to shoot. Either way, if you're Coach Lott, you'll accept. But I really think that Jalen Johnson needs to be involved for South here on out.
Yeah, I like Johnson with the ball in his hands and going downhill toward the basket.
I think in game situations like this, when you're coming down, and this is probably a really good example the last couple of minutes in a very close game, your best player's got to be the best player. And if your best player is a guard and he's going to, have the ball in his control a lot, well, that's what you want to have. So, Kevon Griffin's probably got to play a role here. Jalen Johnson for South's got to play a role. And then watch somebody else score.
How about that hustle by Aiden Brown? How about that hustle by Aiden Brown? Keeping the possession alive. Griffin gets it. Goes hard to the basket and goes back to the free throw line with West up 3.
And I'm not sure. Brown may have rested a little bit here in the second half, but not a lot. That kid, and he's been inside muscling with the big guys and doing things that don't necessarily show up in the book, but make a difference if you win or lose.
And Jay, you'll see these Griffin free throws in the box score, but you won't see that without Brown's effort on that offensive rebound and keeping that ball alive.
Yep.
South's got the ball going the other way, down 3. Instead, South will get the basketball back down by 4 and maybe more after another hustle play, an effort play by Aiden Brown on the offensive glass.
Yeah, what's Aiden got on the night? He's got unofficially 5.
5,
He's
yeah.
been a lot more integral player than the 5 points he scored here this evening.
Timeout for West, maybe? No. Oh.
Well, we got something.
Johnson took a hard fall, so we're going to get a referee timeout on the floor. And Jay, look at that timing. 2-minute warning, everyone.
Yeah.
Stops on the 2-minute mark.
2 minutes.
So we got a 2-minute warning or slash floor mop here as West Brunswick will have it baseline out of bounds. Trojans up by 4, exactly 2 minutes showing on the game clock.
Watch a guy who inbounds the pass. A lot of time he becomes open. Not this time. I don't think that's the one-on-one you want. Whew. And the whistle's blown.
And Jay, that is only the 4th team foul against South Brunswick. So one more team foul. Josiah Johnson won't go to the line here. West will have it sideline out of bounds, but the next South Brunswick foul will send the Trojans to the line. So we're going to see some free throws down the stretch here, folks.
Man, there's the foul. So they're going to play the
Send
clock.
them to the line?
I'm not sure that's what Lotz wanted. Maybe he was, maybe he was,
right.
Maybe Braxton was back in the old rules, right?
Yeah, we got fouls to give.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of some of them. And there is no 1-and-1, folks. There is no 1-and-1. It's 2 fouls after the 5th. Boy, West is 2 for 5 here in the last 30 seconds from the charity stripe, and really had a chance to kind of extend this a little bit. So maybe he can split a pair. He does just that.
Well, it's still a
5-point lead.
Yeah, 2-possession game. So South's got to score twice.
Well, you don't want, if you're West Brunswick, you don't want to just send South to the line. Oh, a good defensive play by Josiah Johnson to get his hands in the passing lane and knock that one out of bounds. 1:40 left. West Brunswick 58, South Brunswick 53.
Johnson looked like a cornerback on that play. Great effort. That's dangerous.
Yep.
Especially with this guy.
Here we go. Johnson gonna pull up for 3, cut it to 2, and he does just that. That's 7 for Johnson in the 4th quarter, 19 for the game. South Brunswick wants a timeout, so it'll be West Brunswick basketball. Trojans up by 2, 1:29 left in the game. Jay, now I'm gonna ask you to run the West Brunswick huddle here. What are you focusing on, talking to your team about? What are you putting the emphasis on if you're head coach Aaron Taylor for the Trojans?
I think first and foremost you remind them, if they in fact needed reminding, that you got to hang on to the ball, right? I mean, the truth is, even though there's 1 minute and 29 seconds left in the game, that's a long time. But you've got enough points to win the game right now, okay? So, but you're not going to win the game if you take a bad shot. You're not going to win the game if you turn the ball over and allow South Brunswick to maybe put up a shot or two. So, just be poised, get the ball in, and, just hang on to the basketball as best you can. And look, as I said earlier, your best player's got to play best at the end of the game. And Kevon Griffin, maybe getting back into the swing of things a little bit, a couple of free throws here in the 4th quarter. But you see, Jalen Johnson for South with 7 points here. Griffin's got to do the same thing.
Jay, are you surprised Surigel hasn't been entered back into the game for West Brunswick?
A little bit, yeah. He's such a productive player, both offensively and defensively. But, he's getting good minutes out of Metters, and he's getting he's keeping things done. So maybe you get by. It's up to Metters now, who's 38%.
Knocks in that one. He's had a good second half, Jay. He scored 6 points.
Yep.
All in the second half. He's got 3 here in the 4th quarter.
Well, he's helping, control the basketball and distribute the basketball, and he gets some points out of it. Then that's just icing on the cake.
And Jay, with Meters, Griffin, and Johnson, you've got 3 ball handlers on the court in a tight game.
The more the merrier, right?
Meters knocks in another one, and the West lead is 4, 60-56, 1:17 left in the game.
Now make South earn it. That's
way short. South saves it to an open shooter. That one's way short. Air ball and bounces out of bounds. Brown alertly just let it go out of bounds.
Aiden's had a real smart game here this evening, in addition to doing a lot of the physical work inside.
Coach Taylor has 3 timeouts left. I thought we might see one of them after that miss.
Wow. And that is not what you want to do. I understand the idea, but again, you asked me what they needed to do. They need to hang on to the basketball, right? You can't turn the ball over like that. So got to shake it off, forget it. You still got a 4-point lead, 2-possession game.
Not what head coach Aaron Taylor wanted. So South gets kind of a new life there, down by 4. A minute 4, ran a set for Johnson. He's going to rise up and fire. It's short. Daniels pulls down the board, and it's a tie ball situation. Possession arrow will keep it with the Cougars. So what do you think, Jay Bird?
Well, that was a long shot for Jalen Johnson, but he had to take it. It was there. I'd like to be a little bit closer, but don't blame him at all for taking that shot. Got to get it in.
The clock now a factor. Oh, it's backcourt. Yep, backcourt violation. Looked like Zion Smith let it go, and right as he did, Johnson kind of made a move toward the basket. And West Brunswick with, after another South turnover, Coach Taylor's going to call one of those 3 remaining timeouts, and they're going to get into something they want with 53 seconds left. And, Jay, enough time where if you're South, maybe you try to trap a couple of times before you go with the automatic foul. But if you try to trap, maybe you get a jump ball or knock it out of bounds off of West. And if, let's say, 10 to 12 to 15 seconds run off, and then you have to foul, not the worst result in the world.
No.
What do you think?
No, not at all. And look, West is not, I mean, they're average at best from the free throw line, and as you mentioned, they've struggled a little bit here in the fourth quarter. So I think I'd go hard at it quick, and if I can't get it, I put them on the line and let
extend this game, huh?
And extend the game, as best you can. They're down 4. You know, if they're down 6, that's still 2 possessions. So they're going to have to score twice.
That's a foul,
yeah. One of them.
So Josiah Johnson's going to go to the line for 2. He is 2 of 4 from the stripe tonight.
Which is consistent with his season figures of 48%.
I thought Sergal might be in the game because he's a 60% free throw shooter.
So, boy, I tell you, I would not want to be a coach. I just saw the look on poor Aaron Taylor's face when that ball looked like it was going in and it just jumped out. Nobody guarding you, nobody defending you.
West is 6 of 12 from the charity stripe in the fourth quarter by my unofficial count. The West lead is 5 with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Plenty of time. South doesn't need to panic. And that's good defense that time on Jalen Johnson. And he caught, there you go. That's Griffin. Not scoring a lot, but here late, but helping out defensively there.
Called a charge against Jalen Johnson on that one.
None of that long court stuff.
Oh, that was smart by Johnson. He just had the sideline, so he took it. Oh, good play by Meters. He got tripped, no call. Now Brown throws it away. And Jay, I think if you are South Brunswick, that's one of the guys you don't mind sending to the line. Brown is a 50% free throw shooter. I think he's 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight too.
I don't know. Aiden's had such a quality game here this evening. Maybe not so much statistically, but in points, I mean, but wow, all around floor game's been great.
Yeah, he's got to have a dozen or so rebounds.
Oh.
What'd you say, 5 points, dozen or so rebounds?
And he takes up space inside, and he's battled, you know, big, fit kids inside. I mean,
plays so hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I think he needs to wear higher socks. That's
so?
me. That's me.
Well, a little too strong. West 6 of 13 from the charity stripe here in the fourth quarter.
They're keeping South in the game because of their inability to make free throws.
Long. Look at the hustle by Bryant. Look at the hustle by Bryant.
Good timeout.
West Brunswick calls a timeout. So Aiden Brown misses both. But West Brunswick tracks down the offensive rebound, so we'll maintain possession, 61-56 with 19 seconds left. Boy, Jay, we've been treated to 2 good ones tonight, haven't we?
We sure have. We kind of late getting started in our winter sports season, but you know, I'm of the opinion that it's been well worth the wait. The first game this evening was a great game. The West girls prevailing 51-43. Jahira Mastery, 21 points, including 5 threes, and Woodard had 12, and Marin Deutsch 15 for South, and Tiana Perry with 11. It was just a really nice game to start this one. And then this has been everything that we kind of thought too. Two teams not separated by a whole lot, you know, at least in the record they are 0-5 coming in for South and 2-3 coming in for West, but going at it tough. Talking about going at it tough, New Hanover really starting to get it going against Hoggard, 56-38 in the fourth quarter.
Scoring 56 against Hoggard's not easy.
No.
They're sound defensively.
Tell you, Hoggard got some transfers this year, and I believe from Hoggard, as a matter of fact, kids that transferred. And Cornegay is one I remember, but really, really helpful. You gotta put him on the line, and who we got now?
Meters is going to the line.
So he hit his last 2, Sam.
He's got 7 points, well above his 2-point per game average. You know what? He made a difference in the second half for West Brunswick, especially with Griffin in foul trouble.
Yep.
He came in and did a more than serviceable job tonight.
Very, very well said. I mean, he's given them a little bit of productivity point-wise, and you know, he's handled the ball a lot. He's had some good assists, and yeah, a good second half for Royce Metters.
Drilled it. Split a pair.
Still 2-possession game, so South got a shot.
6-point game. Here comes Johnson. Hard drive to the basket. They make him kick it out. Shot is up. No good. Tipped around. Brown right there. It's not out of bounds off of Brown, but Jay, what it did was West played such good defense on that possession. There's only 1.2 seconds left. And even if South Brunswick gets it in and drains a 3, it'll be game over. So West Brunswick gonna get out of here with a win. Long 3 attempt, misses everything. West Brunswick wins 62-56, and the Trojans come up with a sweep in varsity basketball action tonight. Jay, real quick, it was 12 for Kayvon Griffin, 8 for Royce Metters. It looks like Tristan Roberts finished with 12. Jude Sergal with 9. For South Brunswick, Jalen Johnson led the way with 19. 8 for Jeremiah Ellis and 9 for Jaden Daniels. Final takeaways, Jay Cohn.
Just a really good evening of high school basketball. Both teams played hard, and both the girls and the boys game. And like I said, this is just a little taste of our Brunswick County lineup for the remainder of our FOCUS Broadband basketball season. And if the rest of the schedule is as good as this one, we're in for a nice series of high school basketball.
Many, many thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. We will be at South Brunswick High School next week, so join us on FOCUS Broadband TV. For Nathan Evers and Jill Maestro, camera operator, he's Jake Holmes. I'm Sam Hickman. Good night from Charlotte. Trojans sweep South Brunswick here in varsity basketball action. We'll see you next time right here on FOCUS Broadband TV.